Hi, I'm Megan MacDonald. I'm doing my ceremonial speech. For my audience, I have Valeria, Eddie, Taylor, Minley, and then my cameraman is Tyler, the birthday boy, actually. So, I chose my mom. She is like most important person in my life. I actually don't know where I'd be without her. She's one of the strongest, determined, and like most patient and loving person I know. She's strong in the sense that if you look back at her history, she was actually born in Pretoria, South Africa. Where she was born there, she was kind of middle class, lower middle class. She mainly did gymnastics. That was like the one thing that kept her going. She was like a C average student. When she was 17, she had her first boyfriend. Something about South Africa is it's a very violent place. The crime rate's like really, really bad. So later on with her first boyfriend, he and his entire family were actually murdered. And it was like this whole big investigation, this big deal. I don't know how that affected her, but I know she just kept on going with her life. Later on, she found her best friend through gymnastics, who actually ended up marrying her brother. She was pretty close with her brother and pretty close with her friend, obviously, since they did gymnastics for a few years. And then a few years back, her best friend and her brother actually committed suicide, which I'm sure impacted her and her family a lot, but she just kept going on. Then she actually met my husband through her husband through gymnastics, who is my dad. And they both fell in love. They got engaged within a year, and then they got married the next year. They then ended up moving to America, and when they moved to America, her other best friend, who was currently in a coma, passed away. So they moved to America. They stayed here for about 5 to 10 years, and by the end of that, my dad actually had a heart attack. So that really it affected her a lot, but you could still see how she kept herself together, took care of her kids. And then even recently, her father passed away. So obviously, throughout her life, there was a lot of death. But I could see just how she kept going with life. She didn't let it affect her to where she stopped trying, to where she stopped caring. So she is also one of the most determined people I know. And she's determined in the sense that when my father had passed away, she was actually pregnant with my youngest brother, Shane. And she also had to deal with immigration because we were all on my dad's L2 status. So basically, since he passed away, we all became illegal and had to be kicked out of the country. So she had to deal with the immigration, she had to deal with being pregnant, and she also had to deal with the company that fell through because he was the manager of the company, and then she also just had to take care of the financial situation in general. And I just saw her push through that. She made it so that we actually became citizens and are able to stay in this country, and just she took care of us throughout it all. We still were middle class and figured everything out. The way she actually had us stay was she's the top 2% of gymnastics in her area, so that just showed how also she was determined in gymnastics and able to get to such a high caliber. She's also one of the most patient and loving people I know, and you can see this in the sense that she's a single mom who has to take care of 4 kids. You know, there's me, there's my oldest sister, my youngest sister, and my youngest brother, and we all have different characters, and that can clash with each other, and it can also clash with her. But no matter how much trouble we get into, I can see how calm and quiet and loving she can respond to that. And not just the way she responds, but it also showed how the way we should act in life. So as it showed me and my older sister when we went off to college how we should treat other people, and how if we have kids, we want to treat the kids just the same way. So yeah, overall, she's just someone who has really impacted me. And not even just me or my family, but I've seen has helped other people in her field of work, because she actually is a real estate agent, so she helps other people find homes and do a bunch of things like that. And through that, she's just able to, be loving. And yeah, overall, she is someone I really admire. Thank you.